All right, howdy everybody. We are going to dig into just a brief session today on how you can use buyer campaigns to get more listings. How you can use buyer campaigns to get more listings. I know this might be or seem counterintuitive on some level, but I can tell you from personal experience and experience of other great agents in my network and within my organization, um, buyer campaigns can be one of the best, if not the very best source of seller leads and listings. Now, you've got to be strategic about it, and you've got to use great messaging and conversation to unveil or unearth those opportunities. But we'll dig into that today. Before we get started, a couple of housekeeping items. Number one, if you're watching on Facebook, do me a huge favor, hit the like button or maybe even the heart button. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash the bell to be notified of new live sessions like this. If you're watching on LinkedIn, hit the like button or maybe the celebrate or even the light bulb. That doesn't look like a light bulb at all, but you get the idea. Okay. Now, the platform that we're using to create buyer campaigns that generate seller leads and listings is a platform called Street Text. You've probably heard me talking about it. I'm going to talk about it here again today because I absolutely love it. It is, in my opinion and experience, the very best and easiest to use, most effective and efficient platform to help you generate new real estate leads for your business using Facebook and Instagram. And I'm talking today. You can get a free trial at the link scrolling across the bottom, growwithjosh.com/ST. You can also find the link above or below in the description. Get your free trial. When you click on that link, you're going to be taken to a page that looks like this right here, including a video by me making a funny face. Start your 7-day trial, and then you can literally be up and running today. You could be generating leads today. When you get your free trial, you're also going to be assigned a success coach. His name is Ira. Ira is the man. He's phenomenal, and he will leave no stone unturned in helping you be successful with the platform. I will also, as long as you use that link, growwithjosh.com/ST, and let me know, I've also put together a series of resources, templates, and training that are bonus resources just for people that use my link to get signed up with Street Text. There's one training in particular in there where I will show you how to generate seller leads for free using the platform. And I'm talking about, you can generate anywhere from 1 to 2 to 4, 5 or more leads per day, seller leads, using that strategy. It is phenomenal. There's some other resources and links in the description above or below as well, but let's get into it. So basically, with Street Text, there are 3 types of campaigns that you can create. There are seller direct campaigns, so direct seller lead generation campaigns, and those campaigns work like crazy, and work like clockwork. They absolutely work. Okay, and in fact, I have case studies from people in my organization, just from one of the campaigns. In fact, why don't we just show you? I'm just going to kind of poke around here, and let me share my screen. We'll poke around here and show you some of the different seller campaigns before we get into the buyer campaigns, right? Because this session is about how you can use buyer campaigns to generate listings. And here's why I like this concept. Well, actually, let me give you 2 things. I'm going to stop screen sharing. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here. I'm fully caffeinated. Two reasons why I thought this would be a relevant topic. Number one, depending on your market, depending on the offer you make, etc., if you're using buyer lead generation campaigns, anywhere from 60 to 70% of those buyer leads also have a home. They also already own a home. Okay. Not only that, I said I was going to give you 2. I'm going to give you 3. Not only that, but that then creates multiple transaction opportunities. And when you have unique value propositions, like in our organization, we've got a trade-in plus program, we've got a sell and stay program, we have our home boss selling system. And by the way, if you'd like to learn how you can get access to those unique value propositions, so you can you can, crush your competition and build a wildly successful organization. Go to growwithjosh.com/chat, growwithjosh.com/chat. But when you utilize those types of programs, you can create multiple transaction opportunities from one client, right? From one client. I mean, what would you rather have? A lead that has a home to sell and they're moving out of town, right? One transaction opportunity, or somebody that has a home to sell and they're looking to buy, in market. Maybe they're trading up or they're right sizing. That you might also be able to double end the listing side, right? So now you've got multiple transaction opportunities from one client. Okay, and the last reason I like this idea, this approach, is the buyer campaigns. Your cost per lead is drastically lower than seller campaigns, oftentimes a fraction of the cost. So whereas it might cost you 5 or 10 or $15 per lead for a seller campaign, and I'll show you some examples in a minute, it might only cost you $1, $2, $3 per lead with a buyer centric offer. Okay, so where I was going before I got derailed by my caffeine, is there are basically three buckets or types of campaigns that you can create with street text. Number one are seller specific. So for example, one is, they have this campaign right here. I'll open it up, where you offer a PDF with 12 mistakes to avoid when selling your home in blank area. Okay, that's one. Okay, there are also their tried and true home value campaigns, or a variation, which I think is what I'm going to bring up for you here. This is a variation of one of our cash offer programs, specifically our sell and stay program. Again, if you want information on how you can launch a campaign like this, I don't know why it's looking like that. But if we have time, I'll bring up what it actually looks. But I think this must be pulling something funky. But the offer on that is, if we brought you a strong cash offer at full market value that would also allow you to move when you choose anytime in the next 12 months, would you be interested? Okay. That is, excuse me, one of the unique value propositions that we're able to make within our organization. Again, if you'd like to chat about that, growwithjosh.com/chat. There are also a number of other variations of the home value style campaign. Okay, that's one bucket of campaigns or ads that you can create with street text. Another bucket is uh, campaigns around specific listings. So I'm trying to find an example of one of those, to show you right here. This one's kind of an ugly one. I'll show you this one. So this is a lead generation ad or campaign around one of my listings. These work phenomenally well. You can get, and is another example of, essentially this is a buyer campaign, but many of the people interested will have a home to sell, and or they are nosy neighbors who are curious about this property because they're thinking about selling. Okay, so that's a great example of a buyer campaign, that will generate you seller opportunities as well. But the one that I really was interested in digging into is, I'm going to click on funnels over here and I'll show you, is what they call, I forget what they call it, but I call it buyer leads on demand. I call it buyer leads on demand. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, and then I'm going to give you a number of different ideas that you can run with. So they just call it buyer campaign lead ad. Okay. So when you get your free trial, go to this link, start your 7-day free trial. If you want to run with this idea I'm giving you, you're going to go under funnels and you're going to choose buyer campaign lead ad. Again, buyer campaign lead ad. And you can see here, it says, see all available home type in your city. Get a list of all home type in your city, sent directly to you. Okay. Now, this is where it's critically important. If you want to run a buyer campaign that is strategically designed to generate you seller or listing opportunities, the offer that you're making here is critical. The offer that you're making here is critical. So I'm going to give you some ideas, and then I'm going to tell you the antithesis. So, for example, or let me address the antithesis. We actually have a campaign. I'll share my screen again. That we had been running, that was at the request of my lender. Okay, and it was offering a free list of 0 down homes in Perry County. This is not a great example. Again, I reiterate, this is not a great example of a buyer campaign to generate seller opportunities. Why? Because this campaign is more geared towards first-time home buyers. Okay. We were running this campaign because one of my lender partners wanted to run the campaign, and it was actually working. It is working. It is generating us clients. Okay. So it is working, but it's not generating us many listing opportunities. So let's talk about how or what types of variations. And actually, I'm going to create an ad and show you how easy it is to create a new ad. And I'll give you an example, and then I'll give you some other examples. And also, I'd be curious to know, as we do this, if you have ideas for examples, post them in the comments. And maybe I'll even, highlight your comment with this fancy dancy live streaming software that we're using for this. Okay, so I'm going to show you how amazingly easy it is to create. This will illustrate to you why I've been screaming from the rooftops that everyone should get a free trial with Street Text. growwithjosh.com/ST. It's so easy. Create a new ad. Remember, we're going to choose buyer campaign lead ad. I call it buyer lead on demand, right? Because we're generating buyer leads on demand. Some of you may even remember my first course or program that I offered was called Buyer Leads by Tonight. Buyer Leads by Tonight. Kicking it old school. My wife's gonna mock me for saying that. She mocked me for saying getting jiggy with it on one of these last week. Let, if you can't have some fun and laugh at yourself, what are we doing? Anyway, let's go. So here's where you're going to put the area and the home type. The area and the home type. Okay. So I'm going to illustrate for you one example. Actually, I'm going to illustrate several examples for you that will work great as a buyer campaign designed to generate listing opportunities. Okay, a buyer campaign designed to generate listing opportunities. So we're going to say, I could say Mechanicsburg, I could say Cumberland County, I could say Central PA. It really just depends on your market area and knowing your market area. And are you in a super population dense area, or are you in a more rural area like I am? Okay, so just for illustration purposes here, we're going to say Central PA, and then we're going to say new construction homes as one example. We're going to say new construction homes as one example of an offer that you can make to generate buyer leads that would also be likely to have a home to sell as well. So if someone's looking to buy a new construction home in my market, it is more than likely, I would say it's greater than 50% likely, probably more greater than 75% likely that they also have a home to sell. Okay. Now there's exceptions, but generally speaking, that is the case. Now we can pick images here, right? So I'm going to pick one of my images. These are images I have uploaded. You know what? I'm going to give you a little hack here. I'm going to give you a little tidbit. We actually have, so here, oh, you know what? Mike, if you're listening, we got to add to our bonus resources the Canva template that you made as an image for making these street text campaigns. But one simple hack or way that you can get a great image to use is just bring up Google Maps. And by the way, they make this native to the process when you're creating a home value ad that you can literally just have a map image populate very quickly and easily. But you can go on the and switch to satellite mode or even terrain. I don't even know. I'm not even sure what the terrain looks like. Look at that. That's interesting. And then I'm going to zoom out so that it's like all of Central PA, and it's very clear. Now, the reason why this works so well, or one of the reasons why it works so well, is because people they stop because they see, oh, this is pertinent to me, like this is relevant to me, this is um you know this is my area. This is my market. This is, you know, this is, you know, uh, relevant to me, right? This isn't an ad. This is, it just flies under the radar, let's say. Okay, so I can upload a file. Another great one. So another great way to slice this is if you're doing a new construction homes offer, you go out and take your own pictures of some new construction properties and you make a little collage image, which I'll show you in a minute, an example of one, right? So this is an example of a map image. But let's say I want to um, I'll give you an example of what a collage like this would be a great collage image. And I could do that. I think I even have. I don't think I have it in here. Yeah, I don't have it in here, but I have some great collage image examples of new construction properties. Okay. Um, uh, let's also, so before I proceed and show you how simple it is to actually finalize this, what are some other offers? Well, you could offer see all available homes with land. Okay, in Central PA. Um, See all available homes with a first floor master. And I guess in some areas, master is, we're not allowed to use that anymore. But a first floor for primary bedroom. Okay. Or see all, you could say um, single story homes. Or, if those are called ranch homes. Okay. Now, why would that be relevant? Well, that may be downsizing, right? People that have a two-story home and they're looking for a one-story home. Okay, so it could also be waterfront properties. It could be see all available pool homes, and we'll put pool homes in parentheses, or it could be golf course homes. Okay, you're only limited by your creativity when it comes to this, and the point here is you can use these types of campaigns strategically to fill your database, very affordably with a certain percentage of them who are going to be ready, willing, and able to do business right now, and a very high percentage of them who will also have a home to sell. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to finish and show you how easy it is to get one of these launched, and then I want to wrap up with some final thoughts on how do you ensure that you are uncovering those listing opportunities, right? So I'm going to switch back to new construction homes, and we'll just use that image, that terrain image. Oh, it didn't save it because I guess I didn't actually publish it. So I'm going to go get that image and watch how easy this is. Okay, if you remember, all we did so far is we put in our city and or neighborhood and the home type. And this is the only reason that even took that long is because we're live streaming. You're going to click next. You need to have a redirect URL. What's the redirect URL? That's where you want to send people to get the thing that they requested. I would build that in KV Core. You could build the link in your MLS. There's any number of ways that you could do that. But what you want it to be is a link where they will get the thing that you're offering. So for me, it would be Central PA New Construction Homes. Okay. So because I want this to be, helpful and a full tutorial, I'll show you how I would build that out in KV Core. Okay, for example. So I'm going to go to Lead Engine, and I'm going to choose Build Squeeze Page, and I'm going to choose Cumberland. So this is the location of the results that are going to populate Cumberland, Dauphin, and Perry counties, because that's as I mentioned, I'm in a very rural area. Why is it not adding more here? There we go. For some reason, it was being funky. So we've got those three. And then I'm going to choose under listing type, new. No. I'm sorry. Oh, down here, options, new, newly built. And I'm also going to choose listing type, single family. I'm going to switch the property views to 3. I'm going to generate the link. Bada bing, bada boom. I've got a link here. I'm going to put it right there. I click next. I'm going to do the targeting locations. Okay. I'm going to do the targeting locations. I'm going to pop in my personal address because I work from home. I'm going to go 20-mile radius, 25-mile radius. And I'm going to click done. Next. And I'm going to follow their best practices. Don't worry about this. This is something that Ira on the team will Ira will help you with that and help you understand why we do that. But they recommend a 3-ad split test. That's a topic for another day. In fact, I've got a training on my YouTube page on why they recommend that. If you're curious, just let me know and we'll get you that. We hit deploy and they do all the work, right? So they've made it incredibly easy and streamlined to create campaigns like this. I'm going to click finish. And then when I click on ads, right there, right there it is. Now it's not live yet because it takes a little bit of time to get. See, it says in process, but if I hit refresh, it'll be good to go here real soon. And there is Facebook reviews them, but it generally happens pretty quickly. And then your ad will be live, and you can likely be generating leads, buyer leads by tonight. So, a couple of things in wrapping up here. How do we make sure that we unearth or uncover those seller leads? Well, that's what it has to be incorporated into part of your follow-up process. I'll give you a very specific example. For those of you who don't know, every Tuesday I do a live session like this called Texting Tuesday. They're at 10:30 a.m. in the morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and I give you a script or a template that you can use. This last Tuesday, the script was my reverse psychology script. So the script goes like this: I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when you are ready, do you have a home you need to sell first? Okay, I know you're not ready to buy right now, but when you are, do you have a home you need to sell first? Okay, and so incorporating questioning like that, and if when you're in text conversation, email conversation, phone conversation with these leads, you've got to uncover that. The worst feeling in the world would be that you help someone buy a house and then you find out, oh, this other agent, that why did you have them list your house, right? It's because you didn't ask the question. You didn't ask the question. All right, so make sure you get your free trial. Growwithjosh.com/ST. It's above or below. If you're interested in learning more about some of the unique value propositions that you would be able to make to help with the conversion process and help you get more clients with our organization, go to growwithjosh.com/chat. I never know how to, right there, and schedule a time to chat. As always, if there is anything at all we can do to help or support you, if you have any questions, if there's anything we can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. Comment below. Um, Send me a private message, whatever the case may be. Let me know. Thanks for spending some time here today. Hopefully, we'll be chatting soon, and have a great one.